I have in my hands here a spotted python. It is a member of the Boyd family of the reptile world, meaning that it is a python or a boa. This is a python in particular. The spotted pythons are a easygoing, small python species. They only get about 4 feet at max. They stay nice and small. As you can see, he's pretty well mannered and tame. He has no interest in being defensive or in biting me in any way, shape, or form. They're called spotted pythons, obviously, because of their spots. They have almost kind of a leopard-like print on their bodies. Very similar to what different species call a children's python, only the children's python spots tend to fade as they get larger, and the spotted pythons hold their spots. You can see him moving around in my hand there. Snakes move with a undulating movement of their lower muscles. Basically what they do is, if you take a close look at his undercarriage here, all those scales, they kind of use them as tiny little feet to grab hold of the ground and push themselves along. They do it so gracefully and so easily that you can't even tell, and it almost looks like they levitate, sort of. So it's actually very impressive. You'll see his sticking his tongue out, flicking his tongue about, and what he's actually doing there is catching particles off of the air, and that tongue takes those particles into what's called the Jacobson's organ in the top of his head, and it relays those. And what it actually is scent. So he's actually smelling or tasting the air, however you want. This smell and taste are both very closely related to tell what's going on around him and who's going on around him. Also, if you take a close look in at his face, you can see tiny little heat pits, and heat pits are little indentations along the upper lip area, and they use that to judge where heat is, and that's also one of their other ways for telling where prey or predator may be.